Chosen one, block your focus on my voice right now. That restless energy in your spirit, anchor it. That heavy sense of waiting that has weighed on you for weeks, it lifts here. The enemy is screaming at the top of his lungs right now. For one reason only. He just saw your coronation, scheduled for tonight. It all ends tonight. The endless waiting, the doubt, the cycles of deferment. But here's what you need to understand. It's not ending by chance. It's ending because of what you have faithfully endured. Think back to that moment this week when you felt overlooked, when you wanted to demand recognition. But instead, you chose quiet dignity. You didn't know it then, but that was not weakness. That was a strategic surrender that disarmed your accusers. That moment wasn't a setback. It was the final polishing of your crown. You didn't just survive this season. You prepared for your throne. You didn't stumble onto this message by accident. The algorithm didn't merely suggest it. The divine architect brought you here. This is a divine summons, a heavenly decree delivered directly to you, because tonight your crown awaits. Stay until the very end, because in the next few minutes I'm going to confirm the exact spiritual timing of your crowning. I'm going to reveal the specific lie the enemy has planted to make you doubt your worthiness for this moment. And I'm going to guide you through a powerful declaration that will activate your coronation tonight, long before 3:33 a.m. Do not click away. Your future self is calling out to you from a place of victory, begging you to listen. Because if you leave now, you might miss the divine window opening for your crown, and accidentally remain in a wilderness you were never meant to revisit. My name is Zerekiel. For years I've been studying what happens in the invisible realm when a chosen one begins to wake up, the attacks that follow, the isolation that intensifies, and the breakthrough that's always closer than it feels. More than 10,000 people have walked through their awakening using what I teach here. If this message is hitting different, subscribe now and turn on notifications. Your spirit led you here. Don't let the algorithm decide if you come back. I know the atmosphere has felt like a holding pattern for the last few weeks. It's not just quiet, it's a nervous anticipation, like the air before a grand event. Maybe you woke up at 3:33 in the morning this week, fully alert, with a strange sense of something shifting, unable to go back to sleep. Or perhaps yesterday you found yourself staring at an open door, a new path, but a voice was whispering doubt, telling you it was too good to be true. You feel like you're on the precipice of something massive, but you're not sure if it's breakthrough or breakdown. You feel suspended in this pre-coronation antechamber, the air thick with anticipation, but also with whispers. And in this sacred, vulnerable space, the enemy has been whispering a very specific lie. Listen closely to your thoughts. He's telling you that you are not ready. He's replaying that old wound that just reopened this week. He's flashing memories of your past mistakes, telling you that your imperfections have disqualified you, that you haven't truly earned this crown. He wants you to believe that at 3:33 a.m., you'll still be waiting, forgotten. But I need you to hear what the divine word actually says about your worthiness right now. Revelation 3 verse 11 says, "Hold fast what you have, so that no one may seize your crown." Listen to that promise. This isn't a crown you earn tonight. It's a crown that has always been yours, held in trust for this exact moment. The enemy wants you to focus on what you think you lack. Heaven wants you to hold fast to the divine identity already within you. Your crowning is not contingent on your perfection, but on your position as a chosen one. The nervous anticipation you feel isn't doubt or unworthiness. It's the final tension of a season culminating, the energy before a massive shift. You are not waiting to be found worthy. You are being prepared to step into a worthiness that has always been your birthright. Tonight, you are not starting a new battle. You are receiving your crown. Hit the like button if you feel this message arrived at the right time. Drop a comment below. What's one moment this week where you felt the tension of a waiting season ending? That voice of doubt, replaying old wounds, flashing past mistakes, isn't just an echo of your fears. It's a deliberate strategy by the enemy to keep you from understanding a foundational truth of your divine identity. The lie isn't just that you're not ready. It's that your story, with all its broken pieces, its detours, and its moments of deep, excruciating pain, somehow renders you unworthy. This is the subtle poison that keeps many chosen ones in spiritual limbo. A belief that God requires a flawless track record, a sanitized history before he bestows his highest honors. But heaven doesn't crown perfection. Heaven crowns faithfulness, resilience, and a spirit that, despite every blow, refused to break. Your scars aren't disqualifiers. They are the etchings of your testimony, proof of the battles you've already won, making you not just worthy, but uniquely qualified for the mantle awaiting you. The enemy wants you to focus on the dirt in your past. God sees the diamond that was forged under intense pressure. What you just heard wasn't entertainment. It was confirmation. And if you're ready to go deeper, the chosen one's mantle will show you exactly why God separated you before birth, why the attacks came so early, and what he's unlocking in this season. Code by code, until you're walking the life he already wrote over you. The link is waiting in the first pinned comment, but not for long. And this brings us to the first crucial shift in your journey from waiting to reigning. You must understand that your worthiness was never contingent on your performance or your purity, but on your position. Just like a king's child is born into royalty, not because they earned it, but because of their lineage. You are a child of the king, and the crown is your birthright, held in trust for this appointed time. But here's where it goes deeper. Holding fast to what you have means actively rejecting the labels others have tried to place on you, the limiting beliefs you've allowed to settle in your spirit. It's about dismantling the invisible altars you've unknowingly built to other people's opinions of you. Think of David, who rejected Saul's armor because it wasn't his. He knew his strength came from what was already within him, not what others offered. Now, once you understand that, you're ready for this. The enemy isn't trying to stop your crowning because of your past failures. He's trying to stop it because he sees your future impact. He knows the anointing on your life is not just for you, but for multitudes who are waiting for your breakthrough. The attacks, the isolation, the relentless whisper of inadequacy, these are not signs of your unworthiness. They are the preemptive strikes against the kingdom shifter. They are the enemy's desperate attempts to delay what he cannot ultimately prevent. And what's coming next will likely surprise you. It always does. Many chosen ones get stuck here, believing they must prove their innocence or make amends for every past transgression before God will move. But the coronation tonight isn't a reward for perfect behavior. It's an activation of purpose that often begins in the crucible of imperfection. Your journey isn't about becoming spotless. It's about becoming submitted. It's about letting your brokenness become a vessel for divine grace, like Gideon's jars, which had to be broken for the light to shine through. This leads us to something most people miss entirely. The nervous anticipation you felt isn't just about what you're about to receive. It's about what you're about to release. To fully step into the crown, you must release the familiar weight of being overlooked, of striving, of earning. You have to unburden yourself of the identity of the survivor and embrace the identity of the sovereign. This is not a passive reception. It's an active letting go of everything that has made you feel less than. Coming up, the one thing most people avoid, but it's the key to everything. Hidden underneath that truth is another one. The crown you are to receive is not merely symbolic, it is functional. It represents authority, responsibility, and a divine mandate to steward the next season. The fear you felt isn't just fear of success. It's often a subconscious fear of the weight of that responsibility, a hesitation to step into the full measure of your calling. You've been carrying the burden of other people's expectations and limitations for too long, but the crown frees you to carry only what heaven has assigned. Think of Joseph, who went from the pit to the palace, not to rule in luxury, but to save nations. His coronation came with a demanding, yet fulfilling purpose. This brings us to the real turning point. The enemy isn't just whispering lies about your worth. He's whispering a specific lie about your ability to discern. He wants you to mistake the voice of fear, which sounds so logical and protective, for the voice of divine caution. But divine caution doesn't paralyze. It guides. Divine wisdom doesn't diminish. It empowers. The The voice that tells you it's too good to be true, or you're not strong enough, is not heaven's voice. Heaven's voice confirms, activates, and always points toward your highest calling. But if you're honest with yourself, there's a subtle, almost imperceptible habit that has been feeding your delay. It's the habit of rehearsing your past wounds, of dwelling in the narrative of what was rather than embracing the reality of what is becoming. While there is healing in acknowledging pain, there is entrapment in constantly reliving it. Tonight, your coronation requires a sacred boundary around your mind, a declaration that the past, though a teacher, is no longer your master. Like Paul, who declared, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, you must make a conscious choice to leave the old narratives in the dust. And yet, there's something beneath even that. The most profound barrier to your crown isn't the enemy, isn't your past, and it isn't even external circumstances. The deepest resistance, the one thing most chosen ones wrestle with, is a subtle, subconscious loyalty to the comfort of the struggle itself. You become so accustomed to the fight, the waiting, the proving, that the idea of effortless breakthrough, of simply receiving, feels foreign, almost dangerous. You've been the valiant warrior, the resilient survivor, and to step into the crown means shedding that identity and becoming the serene ruler, the confident leader. It means letting go of the familiar weight of deferment and embracing the radical ease of divine flow. And here's the part you probably didn't expect. The thing that's been blocking you isn't what you thought. It's not the enemy. It's not your past. It's not even the people who hurt you. It's your unwillingness to fully surrender to the gift. It's the residual belief that this crown must be earned through more suffering, more striving, more validation. But tonight, heaven is asking you to simply receive what has already been prepared, to trust that you are worthy, not because you became perfect, but because you remained faithful in the process of becoming. Your crown is not a prize for endurance. It is a declaration of your inherent divine identity, activated in this precise moment. And until that shifts, until you open your hands to accept what's already yours without questioning or striving, nothing else will truly anchor. Tonight, before you sleep, place your hand on your heart and declare this with me. I release every lie that tells me I am unworthy. I release every label that was never mine to carry. I release the comfort of the struggle and the need to earn what has already been given. I receive my divine crown, not by my might, but by heaven's decree. I step into my true identity as a chosen one, activated, aligned, and ready to reign. My breakthrough is not coming. It's already here. And I walk forward knowing that I am seen, I am chosen, and I am exactly where I'm supposed to be.